Have you ever been so dedicated to your deity that you started cutting off your own fingers, your own ears, started cutting your face, donating all of your gold and burning all of your wealth in hope to gain favor and extra boons and extra powers from said deity? Well, with the new, really dark campaign setting, Kor Hadar, now you can. Hi there, fellow roleplayers and game masters. My name is Mr. Tarask, and today I want to talk about this right here, Kor Hadar, Gabriel Mayhem's Compendium 5e campaign setting. Step into the shadows of Kor Hadar, a 350-page 5e setting book and novel, really cool, inspired by the atmospheres of cult and modern dark fantasy. So they're basically saying a whole lot in that sentence and nothing at all in that sentence. So I've been checking out this Kickstarter, and there's one thing that really drew me in, that really I think is a really cool idea. It is simple, and it is the Metamorphosis system. It is in the playtest material that you can download from the link in the description below, the Kickstarter page. You can download it for yourself, check it out for yourself. So what I want to do in this video really quickly is kind of go over what to expect from Kor Hadar, like on the Kickstarter page itself, but then I want to dig into the playtest material, because there's actually two things that I really like about this. First of all, the Metamorphosis system, and then there is a creature in here that I really want to use in my 5e game, and I'm probably going to use in one of my following sessions, because I really like the theme of it. So without further ado, the project has been live for less than a day. It still has 29 days to go, and it already collected 25,000 euros of the 23,000 euro goal they were trying to get. So it's 27.5 out of the $25,000 goal they were trying to get. So the book is coming. Well, the books, I should say, because it is a campaign setting book, and it has even a novel accompanied with it, which is really cool. As you can see, the art, I clicked on this Kickstarter page and I saw the art, and at first glance I thought like, oh, this is Nordic inspired campaign setting, which it isn't really, but this is what I thought it was due to this art when I glanced over it. But I think it's really cool to have these books and the art. I absolutely love the art in this book. So it offers a lot of stuff a campaign setting offers. So new systems for all kinds of stuff, new feats, fighting styles, subclasses, races, creatures, magical relics, spell companions, lore, celestial bosses, magic items. I don't know if I already said that. That is not really what I want to talk about, because I don't know if they can deliver on this promise to make this as big as they say it's going to be. But judging from the playtest material, I think it's going to be really cool, because the playtest material, although it has a few things that I don't necessarily 100% agree with, I think the quality is really there. And I just want to see more of this stuff. I really want the book to finish, and I want to really, I'd love to review this on my channel eventually. As you can see, there is a dark side version of the same person here, and that immediately sets the tone towards like this campaign setting and the Metamorphosis system. So as you can see, campaign setting with all kinds of like kingdoms and lore and art that reminds me of the board game Machiavelli, if you've ever played that, which is basically a card game. There is all of that stuff is in here. There's rules. They talk about the Metamorphosis system, but what I really want to talk about is in this video is the free playtest material, that you can download for yourself if you click the link in the description below. But before we do that, let's quickly look over the tiers, because the tiers are actually pretty good. They do it a little bit differently than other people do it, which I really like. So the PDF is $30 for a, what did they say, 350 plus pages book. That's a good price. That's an honest, fair price for a PDF, right? So the PDF is $30. Then there is a $40 tier. Then you get a full digital. And I really like this, especially the following tier. So you get the PDF, you get the character sheets, which look really cool. You get an STL file for a gargantuan figure. You get a full original soundtrack, digital downloads, and you get all of the digital map packs. So all of the digital maps in a map pack. All of that stuff for $40, which is really good price. And then there's $60, 60 US dollars for the hardcover and the full digital. So if you get the hardcover, there's no way to get the hardcover without the PDF or the hardcover without all of the other stuff, all the other stuff, which I think is really cool, because if you get the hardcover from a consumer's perspective, this is good value. I mean, you get the hardcover, you get the PDF, you get the character sheets, the STL file, the soundtrack, and the map pack. Then, of course, there is a starter set, $90. So this is all for like one book, the hardcover of the campaign setting itself, so the compendium, right? And then there is also a journal, which is an extra book, which is supposed to be a novel, if I'm not mistaken. Which you can get for $90. Then you get like both the books, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think it's both the books in print, and then you get like the map and the character sheets, and then it goes up and it goes up and it goes up. And it's even like a Dungeon Master screen in here. It looks really cool. If you want one, there's special editions in here. But I generally don't talk about those, because that's for people who want to spend more money on this, like the dice, for example, that look really, really cool. Other than that, it is look at this. There's just like pouches and other stuff. I don't know how they're going to do this, but it looks really, really, really cool. You can even create your own character thing. And then there is stretch goals. So they already unlocked the map of the discovered lands. All physical backers will receive a parchment map poster as a gift. So if you get the hardcover for $60, you get the full digital hardcover. You get the full hardcover, the full digital stuff, everything attached to that, and you get a map, which is probably going to be inside of the hardcover or whatever. You get the map, which is unlocked at $50K, which is a big step. It's a long way to go still. 2 new subclasses will be added to the book. There's going to be a potential starter adventure. There's going to be potential more stuff. Shargon's Womb Mega Dungeon. Oh my god. This looks so fucking... Gabriel Mayhem's Companion will gain an additional 30 plus pages of content featuring the most detailed Dungeon of Hadar with the intended final boss of the realm, Gar Shagan. Wow. Okay, everybody spend your money, because I want this. I love mega dungeons. I love mega dungeons if they have story. I don't like mega dungeons like, here's a mega dungeon. Like Undermountain sometimes. Like, there is a mega dungeon, but you need to come up with your own story. There are stories for Undermountain, written for Undermountain, but Undermountain itself is a mega dungeon, and you need to come up with your own stories. But this is a mega dungeon that probably will have a story and story progression through the dungeon, comparable with like the Scarlet Citadel by Kobold Press. That's stuff I really like. But without further ado, let's get into the playtest material. And here it is, the playtest material. Well, it's part of it, because there's also this, 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 and there's also this. So there's more. There's like a magic weapon. There is a Shadow Sun Paladin. There's a Flokatan that I really want to talk about. I love this creature. And there is the Metamorphosis system. And then there's Abominations, which are like the dark side version of the Metamorphosis system. But what I really want to talk about is this Ethereus system, they call it. I call it the Metamorphosis system. Call it whatever you want. It's really cool. It is basically a way to gain the favor of your deity and become more powerful by doing so, but you need to make sacrifices in order to do it, and there's this whole system. It's easy to grab, but it's very well thought out. Basically, you can do 3 types of sacrifices. A blood sacrifice, which has to be self-inflicted, so you cut off an ear, you stab yourself in the chest like you see in the artwork. You, I don't know, cut off a toe. I don't know, you cut yourself in the face. I don't know. Possession sacrifice, which is you burn your possessions. Or a money sacrifice, where you donate a shit ton of money. So they all give different boons for 1 minute. The blood sacrifice gives +2 to attack rolls. The +1 gives the possessions sacrifice gives +1 to any skill check, and the money sacrifice gives advantage on persuasion checks for 1 minute. So what this does is it gives you these boons for 1 minute, but that is only stage 1. So in order to go to stage 2, you need to do this 5 times. And they literally say here, right here, you reach stage 2 after making significant sacrifices on 5 different occasions. That is, of course, to the GM's discretion. Is your sacrifice significant enough to gain that boon for 1 minute? Is it significant enough to gain like stage 2? Is it a different occasion, which could also be like a vague thing? But like these instantaneous things, level 1 stuff is really cool for it from a tactical standpoint as you go into like Black Dragon's lair. Like even if you're not playing in Kor Hadar, you're playing in your own campaign setting. You go into a Black Dragon's lair, but right before the combat, you decide to cut off your ear just to get the +2 on attack rolls for the entire combat, at least 10 rounds. Which is really powerful and a really good boon to have. Simple, effective boon to have. Now you need to do this 5 times in order to get to stage 2. If you decide to go all out in the blood sacrifice part of it, you will have 5 blood sacrifices on your hands before going to stage 2, meaning you will already look different. You will probably have cut your face, your ear, your hands, cut off a finger, I don't know. You will already be like scarred before you hit stage 2. What does stage 2 do? What does stage 2 do? The instantaneous boons, so the 1 minute boons, go up, basically, +4 instead of +2, +2 instead of +1, and advantage on persuasion checks and intimidation checks for 1 minute. And then they also add lingering effects. And lingering effects are a 1 hour thing. So you get +1 to strength, but -1 to constitution. If you do the possession thing, you get advantage on saving throws against being charmed. And if you do the money thing, NPCs are more favorable towards you as word of your generosity spreads. In order to get to stage 3, which is full metamorphosis, which is there is no return point, the point of no return, it is the all-in stage. You need to do 10 significant sacrifices on 10 significant sacrifices on 10 different occasions. And you need to complete a unique quest that highly pleases this specific deity. So there's probably going to be more information on those quests in the book. But as a GM, you can also come up with a quest for your player to do the 10 sacrifices they need to make. I don't know. You get all of these all-in bonuses, which will last for the rest of your character's life. But you will also look like shit because you have been doing blood sacrifices, like 10 blood sacrifices, and your GM might be like really hardcore at this, and they really expect you to do some crazy stuff, especially at the end. So you really look really badass and dedicated to your DT. You get +3 to your strength, speed increases by 10, +2 to all damage rolls, AC decreases by 2, and you get 1 additional spell. You can cast 1 additional spell of the highest spell level you can cast per day. Meaning, that is real. Shut up, Siri. So, meaning these are really powerful. This is a really powerful thing to have, especially for spellcasters. Now, if I could change one thing here, I don't know if the creators are watching, whatever. I'm not a game designer, so I'm not trying to fix your game or whatever. If I could change one thing here, the +3 to strength, I don't think that is significant enough for all characters. By that I mean this will really help a strength-based fighter or a barbarian, or even a paladin or whatever. But gaining more strength for a wizard, other than they being able to carry more or jump further or push more stuff, it doesn't really help them. So I would change this maybe to Constitution. Would make sense because you are literally almost killing yourself, so your constitution should go down. I would change this maybe to all attack rolls instead, like +2 to all attack rolls for the rest of your life. Something like that, because attack rolls are also important for spellcasters because some spells require a spell attack. So that would be also for spell attacks, like casting a cantrip, Sacred Flames, probably a spell attack. So you do the spell attack, you get +2 to that, which would, to my opinion, be better. So if I'm going to probably implement this in my games. That's how much I love it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it in attack rolls. Probably. Now, something else I want to talk about really quickly is abominations, which is the same thing, but for the bad guys. So what they basically do is they found a way to subtract like the soul of a person and put it like in an abomination, something like that. It also has 3 stages, all that crap, and it is literally to defy the realm of the gods. So you get really, really powerful abominations, really powerful creatures, challenge rated 21 with attacks or abilities called like Contained Anguish or Painful Grasp and Echo of Despair. Really cool. But then I want to really talk about the Flokatan. Flokatans are creatures deeply devoted to each other, paradoxically birthed from light, and are found in nearly all forests of Kor Hadar. These beings, which emerge only in pitch darkness or under the faintest moonlight, peacefully approach any conscious beings they encounter in the forest, offering their unique flowers, each as distinctive as a snowflake. If accepted, the Flokatan perishes and the flower releases a deadly toxin. The glowing flowers they carry are their hearts, serving as a reminder that these shadowy creatures have been denied the blessing of light. These creatures do not have an attack. They do not have an attack action. They can offer their flower. If you should so as accept their flower, you make a Constitution DC 18 saving throw, which is pretty damn high for a challenge rated 5 creature. If you're level 5, a DC 18 Constitution saving throw, you're probably going to fail that, right? So you take 68, 68 damage, poison damage, and you become poisoned. So unless you're a dwarf, you're pretty fucked, right? So that is a really powerful thing to do. So accepting the flower is a really bad idea. So players who go into a forest, unknown that these creatures are there, or what they are or what they do, could be screwed really quickly. And I'm going to introduce these creatures in my game pretty soon. I absolutely love them. They also have an ability, Touch of Tranquility, which basically the target is calm for 1 minute. During this time, it can't take attack actions, and this has a disadvantage on ability checks, meaning that you cannot even, if they succeed in that, you can't even fight them. All you can do is run away or accept the flower, but they will probably like stay behind you and be like, oh, accept my flower, oh, accept my flower. I don't know what their speed is. I haven't looked at their speed. Their speed is 30 feet, so they can probably keep up with most of the party, especially the dwarf. So, yeah, I really like, thematically, I really like this creature. It is like a pacifist of a creature, and I really, really love it. Other than that, there's also a Shadow Sun Paladin, and there is a magic weapon in here that you can check out for yourself. All of the playtest material is up for grabs for you on the Kickstarter page, so make sure to click the link in the description below. Really quickly, but really importantly, the playtest material comes with a page that you can click that goes to a survey that you can give your feedback on towards the playtest material. So if you see anything from spelling mistakes to mechanics that don't make sense to you, make sure to do that, because that really helps out the creators, because they are people, they are proper game designers, they're proper writers, but they make small mistakes or they do stuff that doesn't make sense, and they want to hear from you if you think they can do something a little bit better. So make sure to fill that in if you see anything. Other than that, until next video, bye bye.